Good morning. Wait lang. Nung kami lang dito, kailangan di pa talaga na sa story. Nakikita niyo yung presentation? Hello? Okay. Sige. Ano naman tong ayaw lumipat? Wait lang, ayaw niya gumalaw eh. Kasi ano yung signal dito sa ano, aandap-andap. Wait lang. Okay, good morning again. We will start ha. So yung discussion natin kasi na ngayon is in preparation for your next laboratory activity. So para during the laboratory, diretso gawa na tayo. So sabi natin, when handling patients with low vision condition, we do the assessment, and in the assessment, we have tests being conducted to our patients with low vision condition. So kung makikita nyo, yung mga test na to, familiar naman kayo dito kasi ito yung mga test na ginagawa natin sa ating regular patients. Yun nga lang, meron tayong mga modification sa pag-conduct ng test na ito. So we do the case history taking, di ba? Inaalam natin bakit nagkaroon siya ng low vision condition. And then during the preliminary examination, we do the visual acuity taking. Actually, in the preliminary examination, we are not conducting all the tests under the preliminary examination. Like yung mga NPA, NPC, kasi nga, hindi naman na nakikita ng pasyente. Ang sure na ginagawa natin under the preliminary examination is the visual acuity taking at far and at near, PD of the patient, kung kayang gawin yung pupillary sa mask na everything in the preliminary examination ay gagawin natin sa ating pasyente. Then, we do the ocular health examination, both the external and internal health examination. External by performing biomicroscopy or the slit lamp examination to examine the anterior segment of the eye, and the internal eye examination by performing ophthalmoscopy to examine the fundus of the patient. Because any of those ocular diseases are the reason why the patient is said to be suffering from a low vision condition. Then we have refraction. In performing refraction, we perform both the objective and subjective refraction. No matter how poor the reflex of the patient, we do that. Then after the refraction, hindi na tayo, kung marirecall nyo yung case record nyo, hindi na natin gagawin yung porometry. Hindi na natin gagawin yung accommodative test, di ba? Because the patient presented a very poor vision after number 7. Ano na lang ang mga gagawin natin? Yung mga functional test like visual field charting, the color vision test, the contrast sensitivity test, and the glare sensitivity test. That is with number 7 on. Kasi paano niya makikita yung mga target mo in those functional tests kung hindi mo papagamit yung result na yung BP number 7. Okay? Wait lang. Yung niya kasing umurong. Okay, dun tayo sa visual acuity taking. Just like the regular patient or the standard visual acuity taking, this is performed at far and at near. Ngayon, kung alam na po natin, confirm na that our patient is suffering from a low vision condition, we will not start the visual acuity taking at far at a distance of 20 feet or 6 meters, no? Start na tayo sa 3 meters or 10 feet. By the way, sa recording ng mga visual acuity taking, metric system tayo ha. For distance, it's meter. For near, it's centimeter. Okay? So far, ang test distance natin will start at 3 meters, but for the near, will start at 40 cm. Now, preferably, kung may available, we use the logmar charts, no? Kasi may mga reasons bakit mas prefer natin ang logmar chart. Then, when dealing with patients having low vision condition, when we perform visual acuity taking, we start with OU. Ha? Hindi yan katulad ng regular patient na OD, OS, OU. OU tayo agad. Bakit? We want to tell our patients that there is remaining vision left. Meron pa siyang nakikita. But it doesn't mean that we are giving false hope to our patient. Hindi rin naman natin siya pinapaasa. Gusto lang natin siya inform na hindi siya bulag. May nakikita siya. Kaya nag-OU tayo, OD and OS, and let us record our findings. Next. So sabi natin, bakit ba pinaprefer ang logmar chart, no? So yung logmar chart, this is a chart having 5 letters per row. Napakarami nating ganyan na eye chart na ginagamit din natin sa ating mga outreach activities. So sabi dyan, 5 letters per row and each row has letters of equal difficulty. No? Pare-parehas na mahirap basahin yung mga letra. Consistency in spacing between letters and lines. Kung mapapansin nyo, di ba? Yung the space in between words, in between letters, mapa up, down yan, to the left, to the right, is the same. Size progression of letters is logarithmic. Siyempre, just like the Snellen chart, di ba yung mga size naman, they are being computed. No? More reliable, as a result of the different research done to different eye charts, nakita talaga na this type of eye chart is reliable. Logmar chart is considered to be ideal that because there is a uniform progression of letter sizes with a standardized separation, no? Hindi lang after tayo dun sa sizes, but the distances between the letters. So eto yung ating example of logmar chart na usually ginagamit natin. Ha, pagka low vision cases tayo na gagamitin nyo din sa laboratory nyo. So, you present this chart, sabi ko nga sa inyo, if the chart is on a fixed location, it's the patient that will be moving. Pero kapag ka movable yung chart, ikaw na ang lumapit sa pasyente. Kasi nga hirap na nga siya makakita di ba? Kumbaga, double hirap pa yung mangyayari sa kanya kasi syempre mobility yon, lalakad. So ikaw na lang ang lalakad. So ito yung mga examples. You presented the chart, nabasa ni patient yung first chart, yung mga letters sa first row as FNPRC. So, tama. So, you tried to ask the patient to read the next line. Pero yung pasyente, sabi niya, hala, wala, black lang yung nakikita ko. So, your recording will be 1M. 1M of this, the M here doesn't mean it's meter, but it's an M notation siya referring to the size of the letter. So, 1M at 3 meters. Kasi nga, yung pangalawa, hindi niya na mabasa. Okay? 3 meters yan na. Another example, assuming hindi mo alam na kung ito ba ay low vision case, wala ring idea si patient. First time niyang magpa-check up. So mag-start tayo sa standard testing distance, 6 meters. You presented the chart, but instead of reading it, each letter as F and P, R, C, ang pagkakabasa niya doon sa first row is P, M, P, B, C. So, ilan ang mali sa mga letters na binasa niya? Anyone? Ang pagkakabasa niya, P, M, P, B, C.
3 po, Doc.
Okay, 3 ang mali, no? 5 lang yan, 3 ang mali. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-record na ang nakikita niya ay yung linya na yan. In that case, ang gagawin mo, sabi ko nga, kung stable yan, kung fix ang target, you ask the patient to move forward. Assuming nag-move forward siya, consuming 1 meter, 6 meters tayo nag-umpisa, 1 meter ang inilakad niya towards the target, then the patient reads it as PNPBZ. No? So in this case, 3 na yung tama out of 5. Okay? So, 3. Then, nag-try ka. Since 3 naman yung tama, lamang na yung tama. Try mo kayang pabasahin yung next line. Kaso, sabi ni patient, wala para lang may mga black, pero talaga hindi ko ma-identify yung letter. So, ano na yung recording mo? I-record mo siya as the letter size. As example lang to, ang letter size ito ay 1M at 5 meters. Hindi ka na maglalagay ng the usual natin nilalagay pag sa regular visual acuity taking, di ba, kapag ka mayroong nadagdagan na letter na nabasa niya, nilalagay natin either +2, +1, or -1. Okay, may nakaano sa inyo. Pa-mute po meron. Yan, okay. So, yun lang. Lalagay mo lang yung mismong pinaka-row na yon kung ano yung letter size. Again, the letter size are written on the sides of the eye chart. So, since ang na-consume natin ay 1 meter from the 6 meters starting test distance, kaya your recording will be 1M at 5 meters. Okay? Question so far? Since 5 yan pwede na yung nakatatlo man lang siya na letter. Ha? Okay. Third example. Alam natin na si pasyente ay low vision case, kaya nag-start ka sa 3 meters. Kaso, when you present the letters at 3 meters, the eye chart at 3 meters, ang nabasa niya lang, sabi niya, Doc, letter Z lang yung malinaw sa akin eh. So, hindi mo pwedeng i-record yan kasi isa lang ang tama. That is why you will ask the patient to move forward. Naka 3 steps siya. 3 steps, 3, so 3 feet yun, no? Is equivalent to 1 meter. Okay? Nung naka 3 steps siya, sabi niya, Doc, nadagdagan na yung nababasa ko. Yung magkabilang dulo, FZ. Okay. Pero hindi ka pa rin pwede mag-record. 2 lang out of 5. So continuously, you will ask the patient to move towards the target at 6 steps. No? So 6 feet, which is equivalent to almost 2 meters. Kasi nga hindi saktong 3 feet ang 1 meter eh. 3 point something. So naka 6 steps siya, inassume natin, naka-consume na siya ng 2 meters. Ang nabasa niya, no? So, ang recording mo dyan will be the letter size, which is 1M at 1 meter. Kasi sa 3 meters, na-consume niyan yung 2 meters na, naka 6 steps na siya eh. So, 1 meter na lang yung natitira. Kaya ang recording mo is at 1 meter. Question po? Okay pa tayo? Another example. Okay, thank you. Okay. Start ka ulit ng 3 meters kasi low vision case siya. Sabi niya, ay Doc, wala po ako ma-identify na letter. Alam ko may character pero hindi ko ma-identify. So move forward, naka 2 meters ka. At 2 meters sabi niya, ay Doc, may isa na akong na-recognize. It's letter Z. No? Kulang pa rin, hindi pwede, isa lang. Move forward pa. At 1 meter, sabi niya, FZ lang eh. So, hindi pa rin yung recording kasi dalawa lang ang nabasa. So, ang mangyayari niyan, you will proceed with the next, di ba? Counting finger. If correctly recognize yung number of fingers, yan na yung recording mo. Counting finger at 1 meter. Di ba? Correctly recognize kasi yung number of fingers presented. Another example. So, 3 meters, walang nabasa. Nag-move forward, 2 meters, wala pa rin. Kaya at 1 meter distance, nag-start kang mag-present ng fingers mo. Lahat ng pinresent mo, 5 beses ka nag-present, wala, mali lahat. By the way, when you do counting finger, wag naman isang beses lang. No? 2, 3 man lang. At number tayo, no? Wag 2, 3 man lang, no? At 1 meter, mali lahat ng sinabi niya. Then, even the hand movement, not recognized. Di ba? Hindi na recognize. So, ang last mo is light. Light is being acknowledged at 1 meter. Kaya ang recording mo, light perception. Pero gusto mo pa rin malaman na baka naman better than light perception ito. Try ko nga kaya kung may light projection si patient. Kapag kakaganon, ang gagawin mo from the you will send your patient to a dark room. No, papapasok sa RBN, ginagawa diyan, pinapapasok sa dark room eh. Then a light is being presented, no? Syempre magre-react yung patient, sabihin niya, parang lumiwanag ah. Doon na susundan mo ng tanong, o sige, kung lumiwanag, saan galing yung liwanag? Sa kaliwa mo ba, sa kanan mo, sa bandang ulo mo ba, o sa bandang paa mo? So if the patient is able to correctly identify the location of the light, then ang ilalagay mo dyan, light projection. Okay? Pag hindi na-identify saan yung location ng light, light perception lang yon. Okay? Next. Ito pa. So, ayan, 1 meter, nag-counting finger ka, hand movement, pinresent mo ang light, everything has been presented, pero sabi ni patient, wala po eh. Lahat po madilim. This is the time lalagay mo NLP. No? Question so far? Ngayon, paalala ko lang, the next time we meet, di ba, laboratory, ang kailangan natin, central vision loss. Yung opaque circle sa gitna. Two-way yan. Pwedeng centric viewing, sa gitna ka talaga mag-view para may makita ka, lalapit talaga. Di ba? Or pwede rin naman mag-eccentric viewing ka. So try to experience both para makita nyo yung ma-experience nyo ano bang nangyayari pagka nag-eccentric viewing. Okay? Question so far for distance? Next. Sa near naman tayo. So we have a chart talaga for low vision cases. So just like the test distance for the regular visual acuity at near, this is presented at a distance of 40 cm or 16 inches. Magsa-centimeter tayo ha. Bakit tayo nagma-metric system? Because we will be using this for our computation of magnification. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. Ang pinagbabasihan natin, pag nakita nyo mismo yung chart na gagamitin, yung letter size. Size of the letter na nakalagay sa gilid ng eye chart. Okay? So, this is presented at 40 cm. Ngayon, present nyo sa 40 cm, nabasa ni patient yung the two boys fall asleep under a tree, okay. So kung nabasa niya at 40 cm, proceed pa rin kayo sa next. Let us say sa next, nabasa niya, the father wanted to give his son, okay pa rin naman. Sa third and so on, the smallest readable to our patient at a distance of 40 cm. That is one. Okay? Ngayon, kung wala siya nakikita at 40 cm, Doc, wala akong mabasa eh. That's the time na i-move mo yung target towards the patient. Diba sa regular patient natin, kung naaalala nyo sa refraction nyo, kapag ka presbyo patient, sa near, hindi na makita yung binabasa, ang ilalagay mo, not readable. Tumigil ka na. Dito, kapag ka low vision case, yung target, kapag ka hindi nyo nabasa, you ask the patient to move it closer. No? Papalapitin mo. No? Sige patient, ilapit mo po sa'yo hanggang ang target niya lang dapat yung biggest. Biggest letters, biggest paragraph. Ha? Hindi yung papalapitin mo, tapos ang nababasa niya, yung pinakamaliit. Kaya mo nga siya pinalapit kasi sa standard distance ng 40 cm, hindi niya makita. Okay? Next. Ngayon naman, assuming pinalapit mo, no? Ang lapit na talaga, nakahalik na sa mukha na yung target. Hindi pa rin nabasa ng patient. Ang next mong gagawin is use your distance chart as your test target for near. Pero hindi ka mag-uumpisa sa biggest. Ang uumpisahan mo yung smallest, yung equivalent to the 2020 line. Doon ka mag-start, no? Start ka sa 40 cm, so kung yun na yung nabasa niya, yun na yung recording mo, no? Ngayon, 40 cm, smallest readable sa distance chart. Hindi makita ni patient. Ang gagawin mo, ilalapit mo muna. Lapit hanggang makita yung sa distance chart. Take note of the test distance, pero ilalagay mo ang ginamit mong test target ay for near. Next. Ngayon, kung yung smallest readable, hindi niya mabasa, kahit nilapit mo na, no, nakadikit na sa mukha niya, ano yung next mong gagawin? Yung next, yung one line above the 2020 line of your distance chart. No? So, palaki ng palaki hanggat makita niya, no? Pero hindi ka mag-start na sa 40, papalapitin mo muna. Lumapit, hindi nakita, doon ka sa next na mas malaking letter. No? Nag-start sa 40 cm, hindi pa rin makita, lapit. Okay? Ika-guide ko naman kayo, okay? Pagka ginawa nyo yung laboratory. Okay, next question. May question pa po tayo? Yun yan ha.